2021 Yamaha YZ250F. Just picked this bike up last night. I've been breaking it in here this afternoon, and I spent a lot of time on a 20 model. And the biggest thing I can notice right away is fundamentally is the engine. Number one, it's got a little bit more snappiness, a little more mid, and definitely doesn't flatten out as much on top. I'd say the stock map feels like the 20 model with the hard hitting map. It almost starts out a little bit more aggressive. And then when I've already put the hard hitting map in this one, and it's definitely it lets it rev and give it a little more bark in the mid and upper. And I'd say the difference, it's not as big as it was in the 20 model, but the engine stands out. Second thing is the suspension. It definitely feels firmer to me. Now this bike is brand new and it's got to break in, but the suspension just feels firmer to me. I'm 190 pounds, 6'2", and I think the sag was 30 free sag and 100 with me on it, which I was kind of surprised. Usually I figured I'd sag out the rear a little bit, but again, that was brand new off the showroom floor. But it just gives the bike a firmer feel. It's a little more responsive, maybe a little lighter. I think the muffler's new, but it's still really, these bikes are loud. Definitely have to wear earplugs when you're on them, but I think on the intake side of it there's some holes in the back here. That's a little bit different, so you can hear even more intake noise. But otherwise, it's definitely a better YZ250F fundamentally, and with a little more power. The bars came in the forward position. I'm trying them. I think the 20s didn't come like that, but I'm giving it a whirl. Sometimes hard starting or starting after it's hot sitting for a little bit can be a little tricky. It's done that a couple times, but these bikes with that reverse intake are so responsive. I'll start out in the hard hitting here. I like 350s, but if there's a bike to knock off a 350, to me it's this one. These things have just such great mid throttle response on roll-on torque, you can just kind of clutch it if you need to. Back in the stock map here, trails are slippery. All the leads. Got Bridgestone tires. I still prefer the Dunlop MX3S's, a little better traction than the soft stuff. These engines run smooth down low. And this isn't the X, this is the F. So even in the woods, putting around, very responsive, and you can use that torque. So 2021 YZ250F definitely's got a little more lively engine response, a little firmer chassis settings, stiffer suspension. It's still absorbing. Hopefully get it on the moto track this weekend and play around a little bit, but so far a little better power, a little more firmer suspension, but definitely 2 thumbs up.